Hello, my name's Tarry Wilson. I work for the Forest of Bowland National Landscape for the Farming and Protected Landscapes team. Just over a year ago, we did some filming with Jonathan Parker at Fober Farm, and just wanted to set the scene really. It's a whole farm film, because we've worked with him for more than 3 years now, and it started off as quite small projects. It was a farm that he was taking over from his parents, and he was starting to invest quite a bit of time and effort with the support from his family to get back on top of his boundaries so he could farm the farm better, and other infrastructure on the farm. Previously it'd been a tenanted farm, so his parents had been tenants to the estate and they had the opportunity to buy the farm. So now was a chance for the family to invest in the farm going forward for future generations. So Fober Farm, it's across in the Hodder Valley. We can't see it today. It's actually over the brow, beyond Clitheroe, over the back of Waddington. But as you look through this film, you'll see it's in a beautiful landscape.
So here we have around 16 acres in this particular plot. It's split into 4 sections of around 4 acres a section, and ultimately what we wanted to do was put wooden gates back on where the gateways are to maximise our growing season, as we are going to be losing some land. And through putting the wooden gates on, we can rotate these 4 sections. This is all in aid of extending our growing season throughout this particular plot of land, in which we normally have around 80 ewes on. So after approaching Tarriott, FIPL has funded for James Brereton's time in giving the advice to see if this is possible to do a rotational management on this particular piece of land, as well as funding for the wooden gates to segregate each section of land. This is a hydrant that was installed in 1954. It's a very successful and effective way of getting the water from down here at the Heening Brook to 85 metres at our top land. Unfortunately, in the 1980s, an electric pump was installed, and several electric pumps have been installed since. And the electric pump had once again broken down, and instead of replacing it, we decided we'd contact FIPL and get the old hydrant restored, in which they've funded all the parts, and I've restored the pump myself. So here at Fober, we've managed to plant towards 1,000 metres of hedging through the first year of FIPL. As well as being great for the environment, the hedgerows will provide great shelter for the future.
All right, we've come to this area here, this woodland, where you own the land below the fence line, which is halfway up the slope. So above the fence, the livestock don't get in, but that's your neighbours. But you didn't want to fence out this lower bit. So we came up with this kind of solution.
So I didn't really want to fence out the lower section and just have the woodland, because in lambing time it's particularly important for shelter. And it was quite important though at the same time to restock the woodland with quite a few ash trees here going back from ash dieback, and it was a great solution to get 20 more trees into the existing woodland whilst we can still use it for shelter. This is FIPL funded through planting parkland trees, as well as the tree guards that surround them. So there's oak, rowan, birch, just to name a few trees that are planted here.
So we're at Fober Farm Barn. It's the biggest project that we funded through FIPL, and we did it in 2 stages. The first stage was actually to get the plans together and these engineers surveys done and the conservation architect surveys done, and appoint a preferred contractor. And then the second phase was delivered through Jonathan applying direct to us for the grant, and he managed the delivery phase in conjunction with the preferred contractor with support from the conservation architect. So if I pass over to you, Jonathan, about the kind of detail. And
Yeah, so the project took 3.5 months in total. The main parts of the barn, it's had a restoration throughout the barn, but we've mainly focused on changing the roof from a leaking fibre cement roof back to its original slate roof, all new timbers. The whole entire of the outside has been repointed. There was a particular wall, the curve wall, that was collapsing, that's been built from top to bottom again. There's half of the points on the inside has been redone, as well as some structural lintels out and about around the barn, such as the one behind us, which is a curved oak lintel beam. It was really good because we was quite particular that we wanted to keep our original barn doors, because there's a lot of history in the barn doors, as well as some other features around the barn. It's really been beneficial for us because we've always used the barn for rearing calves, which is a very important part of our business. The barn is at the heart of our farm, so it was really important to us to get the barn restored, as it was crumbling quite bad in some places and serious disrepair. In the case of the corner wall, we was really worried that it was just going to collapse and fall down. It was also very important to get the expertise and funding from FIPL to get it restored back to a traditional state. It's quite complex in some areas, as it's been typically built round more modern buildings, so it's quite complex to do the actual restoration of the barn. We've managed to sort quite a few things that was deteriorating quite fast around the farm. It's given me a really good base to progress for the farm business for the future, really. And it would have been quite difficult to do a lot of the things without the funding from FIPL, especially the barn itself. It's such a large project.
so it's been a pleasure working with you, and I think it's a relationship that will continue beyond FIPL, because there's opportunities for you to continue working with this business and improving the infrastructure through environmental and management, sustainable farming incentive and other grant funding available through government.
Yeah, absolutely. No, thank you very much.